Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Dom Sicali's Mafia Roundtable. Hope everybody's having a great day. Me, I'm whooped. I'm whooped. We got back from Dallas, had an excellent trip. And first and foremost, folks, I have to thank everybody that I was with over the weekend, the organization, not even over the weekend, during this past week. That's how burnt out I am today. But over the past week, everybody was so gracious, kind, and then when I got up to tell my story, people coming up to me afterwards, thanking me. Just everybody was so humble and gracious. And we were with some mega people in society, powerhouses, and it was really a humbling and gratifying experience. And to hear how business people think, how they operate with this new culture of social media and expanding and expounding on things, it was nice to meet a better class of people, and so sincere with everything they were doing, trying to help, trying to just do anything in their power to watch other people succeed. That's what life's about. That's why we created Official Crypto Nostra, to help everybody on this channel, on this platform mainly, because you, the people, asked me for this. So that's why we organized Official Crypto Nostra with different platforms on it. So I just want to thank everybody for always supporting, always having my back. And we got your back, men, women, children, no matter what the topic is. If you have a gripe with somebody out there, somebody's doing you an injustice, you can always come to us and we'll help you. We're here for everybody. And that's basically it. But first off, let me say hello to everybody on today. Tina C, Francisco Anthony, good to see you. Kathleen Giles. Who we have? Nancy Nicole, Raphael. Good to see everybody. Love everybody. Cynthia, also. Who else do we have? We scroll down. Scully, Tina. Nice to big arms in the house. Susan, hello. That's all. We're going to scroll pretty quick today. Joseph. Let me see. Kev, what's up, Donna? Hello. How are you today? James, good to see you. What's that? And people, for those of you who are new to the channel, just coming on for a first time, we're here. We created a group, an organization, a family where we look to help one another. We look to do things for one another. So we're starting to get a lot of women onto the show, which is great. I would love the diversity, having it even more so. But if somebody has any issues, they're dealing with troubles, you could always email me. The email's in the link, and we're here to help. It takes some time to get the emails. I have somebody working on my emails now. They're categorizing everything. So tomorrow morning, and everybody knows I'm up out of bed by 3 a.m., 3:30. So I'll be responding, going through everything. I haven't really did it much because, like I said, I was at an event for 2 days. It was 3 days total with travel. But we're back. We're live tonight, and I hope everybody enjoys the content. And what's going on is totally disgusting, and we're going to bring it to a head. So these new allegations, I've read some of the text messages. So I'm just going to call it alleged right now because there's always three sides to a story. There's A side, there's C side, and in the middle is B. So yours, mine, and the truth lies in the middle. However, this is another woman coming forward. Second one. Uh, and it's funny. First one came to me. Second one came to me. And I apologize because this is coming from, we all know, Sammy Gravano, who is the underboss of the Gambino crime family, killed 19 people, killed his brother-in-law for money, killed people, his best friend for money, take his companies, take his brother-in-law's companies. And this man is just ruthless till this day. Hasn't changed at all. And you know what's funny? I don't want to see anybody locked up, anybody jailed, but if you're going to continually do wrong and throw it into people's faces, It's not right. It's not right. So the probation officer, you got a new probation officer right now. They don't want to hear it, folks. The prosecutors don't want to hear it. Like they're giving this guy carte blanche, and he shouldn't have it. He shouldn't have it. The way what he's doing to women, the way he's partying, the way having weapons. Come on, do your job, folks. Do your job. You're law enforcement. What are you going to say if he goes out and shoots somebody that he trips? Because, folks, I got word back from this newest former employee of his. He was looking to harm me. He was looking to harm me, looking to harm other people. Now, granted, it's probably just being mad, angry, just saying it. But really, folks, what are you going to wait till he hurts one of these women? Me, I'm on the other side of the world, basically, so I'm okay. But these women that are close, that live in Arizona, live around him. Like, you're going to wait till he harms somebody, till he really either takes somebody else's life? So if that happens, Mr. Probation Officer, you should be held as an accessory. Miss Prosecutor or Mr. Prosecutor, it was brought to all these people's attention. The women told me. And yet they're just overlooking it, even the FBI. And I know they watch the channel. I know, because sometimes I get hit up. Hey, Dom, good show. You guys need to do your jobs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He shouldn't have carte blanche. I don't have carte blanche to do what I want. I've been living a clean, law-abiding life, but I'm here. I'm the people's voice. I'm going to be the people's voice. We have the platform, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So we're always fair. Even when we talk politics, like I say, I'm not right and I'm not left. I'm in the middle, because both sides makes good points. Both sides makes bad points. But we find common ground here. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree. And that's what's wrong with today's society. People are like just so mindset. It has to be my way. They're crazy. No, come on, folks. Come on. Come on. We all have to start going back to basics. Going back to basics. And what type of example are we setting for our children out there? Tell me. What type of example? Because right now, here's all they do with the phones. With the phones. And like I said, we accomplished 2 hurdles for my clemency. One more hurdle. The lawyers will submit all the paperwork. Once that's done, and if I'm granted a clemency, we're going to run for governor of Florida, because like I said, I'm going to be the voice of the elderly. I'm going to be the voice of the veterans. I'm going to be the voice of the people that are doing poorly. They're struggling to make ends meet. We're going to revamp the public school system. We're going to make them more accountable. We're going to make teachers more accountable, more responsible. We're going to create a lot of after-school activities, events, where all these kids are going to start integrating with one another. No cell phones after school. That's it. None at these events while they're doing their, whether it be a band, cheerleading, sporting events, intramural sports. But they're going to start working together, start interacting together, start to get to know one another. Not through this, through interaction. And that builds somebody's self-esteem. It builds their character. That's what we're losing in this country. And that's for another day. We'll go into that, because I could keep on going, as you know. But let me start with, folks, look what I got. It's in the link, Michael Franchise. This is the pomegranate wine. I haven't tried it yet, so I got all my bottles. You see they're up over there with my Champagne de Rock we have. We got our EG vodka in the house. So try it. The link is below. Hit the link, put Dom15. You got 15% off. And also, folks, you order 4 bottles or more, shipping's only $1. You can't beat that. Can't beat it. And people, you can also go to egvodka.com. Excellent, 100% organic, gluten-free. Really, it's the best vodka on the market, in my opinion. It is that clean. We have 3 flavors. Regular rosemary lavender, which is excellent with pink lemonade. And then we have the Earl Grey sage, which is really good with iced tea. So go there, try it, order it. You'll love it. You will not be disappointed. As you know, when I recommend something, it's quality by far. So let me take a little sip, and then we'll go into these new allegations, and we're going to touch base on the old ones as well. So I got the paperwork. And folks, as you well know, this is all alleged until somebody goes to court, they're found guilty, and then it's proven. So these are all alleged, but it's disgusting. And you know what's funny? I got a text message about a month and a half, 2 months ago from Amina. She works for Sammy. She said, please don't mention me. But Amina, let me ask you something, because not one, not two, not three, a lot of people have contacted me. You keep on reaching out to my following and you're talking crap to them. Amina, you recorded Sammy. We have the recordings. I've heard it. What he does to you, the way he speaks to you. So let's keep it real. And I know Sammy, I was just told by the recent one, Sammy has his staff sit down when I do my lives and write down the notes. So you can write down all the notes you want, because all my skeletons are out of my closet. And I don't go around with sexually harassing women or taking advantage of people. And you know what? It's disgusting. Amina, you play five ends against the middle. You're a Muslim woman, and the way this man is treating you, especially with your religion, the comments he made. And Amina, I showed the text with you talking about the gun. I showed the text message to everybody on previous shows, and I respected your wishes. But if you want to be left out of this, then you need to stay out of it. You can't be behind the scenes adding fuel to the fire or trying to hurt my channel, and then you expect to be left out of it. As a Muslim woman, you don't even respect your religion. That's a shame. You don't even respect yourself as a woman, because in this that was filed, you guys have a copy of it, Sammy. You have a copy? These allegations, it's a disgrace, Amina. It's a disgrace. So we'll go into this. And for all you people out there, you probably know who I'll be talking about, but I'm going to keep her as Jane Doe, for those of you who don't know. Just because these women are fearful for their lives. And folks, I have in my description a link for a GoFundMe account, because these women, they're hardworking women. They were dedicated. One of them came on to my team, helped me out tremendously with my productions, with this. I mean, just a wonderful, good-hearted person. All they want to do is be successful in life. And yet, guys like Sammy take advantage, abuse them, want to sexually harass them, allegedly, but it's here. And I know the character of both parties, because I was in this young lady's company on a few occasions. Very classy, very professional, extremely, extremely. And she's just all about business. She wants to succeed in life for her and her child. But, and then you have Sammy. Listen, Sammy killed a young kid, for those of you who don't know who are here for the first time. He was the underboss in the Gambino crime family, ruthless, homicidal, suicidal, just totally out of his mind. Killed a young kid, Alan Kaiser. Do you know he still hasn't apologized to the family or asked them for forgiveness, or just say, look, here's what happened. I'm sorry. It was in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, Sammy just walks around. He doesn't care. Doesn't care. He still thinks he's in the mob. He's afraid to say, he will not say he's a rat. He gets mad because he's gangster. Just saw him on a show, gangster. If you don't kill somebody in the mafia, you're not a gangster. This is the way he speaks. And people, you embrace it, especially the news media. I feel that really insulting. Fox News always has him on like he's an expert, talking about Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs. At least you know what, Sammy? Those women were participants. They were participants. The women that you're allegedly going after, they don't want you, Sammy. You're forcing them. You're forcing yourself on them, Sammy. Talking about the Viagra. And I showed people the text messages prior. So for you to say he's disgusting. But you know what, Sammy? Here's the key with Diddy Combs. Yes, it is disgusting. Those were their bedroom secrets, their freak offs, whatever. But when he wasn't around, the women had freak offs without him. So can't have it both ways, women. You just can't. And I keep it real. I keep it straight. It's disgusting what went on. But obviously, they were willing participants. They were willing participants. Now, what he did with drugs and all that, yes, that's illegal. It's wrong. But I'm not condoning that. But all I'm trying to say, Sammy, with the women with you, they're not willing. They're not willing at all. This last one, the newest one who came forward, she's terrified, petrified. She got in touch with everybody in law enforcement, and they're just overlooking it. How is that possible, folks? How is that possible? Now, if Sammy or his son go and harm this young girl, then what? Then what happens? They're going to say they're sorry to the family members because they're not doing their job? Come on. FBI prosecutors, get off your cans and start doing what you're supposed to do. Start at least looking into it. Convicted felon with a firearm is 15 years. And again, I don't want to see anybody go to jail, but I don't want to see anybody die either, if I could prevent it. Especially a woman, young woman who's trying, who puts all the effort in. Here's another woman, put hundreds of hours of work, from what I was told, into Sammy, the website, building it out, doing things, putting products on, working them like dogs, and with the promise you're going to get X, Y, and Z at the end of it, and they get nothing. They get nothing. Come on, folks. That's not right. It's not right. So we'll go into some of this documentation I have here. And like I said, there's a GoFundMe account. Just click on the link. I put it up for the young ladies so they could get some representation. I had some of my lawyers look into it as well. So we're all trying to put something together, because what's going on, even with Capital Entertainment, this is where Sammy's supposed to have his movie that the young lady, Jane Doe, hooked him up with. Put everything in. All she put in for herself was a producer credit and X amount of dollars. I think it was $5,000 per episode. And he begrudged her. Sammy flipped out on that. Begrudged her. He's going to make millions of dollars. He begrudged her. The new girl, from what I heard, allegedly, he tried shaking down somebody she brought in as an investor for $4 million. And you know what? This is Sammy's characteristics. You know why I could say this and I believe her? Before I got involved with E.G. Vodka, okay, I went to Arizona, sit down with Sammy, and I told him, listen, my partners, they're going to put up $1 million, and they want to do a vodka. We're going to call it, because where E.G. Vodka is made is Portland, Oregon, the Bull River Reserve. So that's the water we use. It's the purest water in the world for mineral content. So I said to Sammy, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it the Bull River Vodka. Use you as the face, Sammy the Bull. And this is when we first met after years, after being in prison together. We first met. I went to go see him. And Sammy loved the idea. I said, all right, Sammy, you're going to have 25%. I'm going to get 25%. And the two partners that are putting up the money are getting 25%. So they were great. This is how gracious these people were. They were giving up 50% for us to promote it. Could you believe that? For us to promote it. Under Sammy's label, Sammy's name. Do you know, after I told Sammy he loved it, his hands like this, he's like, oh, that's good, that's good. Within 5 minutes, Sammy tells me, he said, Dom, you know what? Tell them I need upfront $250,000 in cash. I'm like, Sammy, really? No. Tell them I need 250. I got you. I'll take care of you. But tell them I need 250. Otherwise, we don't have a deal. So when I went back to Orlando, I flew back. They said, Dom, what's up? We're ready to go. I said, no, deal's off. I didn't even mention it. I just said the deal is off. They said, what? What happened? So I told them, I said, I didn't like that. I feel he's greedy. And they said, all right, you're right. And that's when we got involved with E.G. Vodka. But so I believe when they say Sammy tries to shake everybody down, he's greedy. He did it on the street. And then when I spoke to Mikey Scars, who knew Sammy very well out there, he was a captain in the Gambino crime family. Mikey said, Tom, would you expect anything else? Look what he did to his brother-in-law. Look what he did to his best friend. He killed them for their businesses. You wouldn't expect him to rob you and take advantage of you? I said, really? No. I thought he changed. He did not change. He's just a vile person, folks, and he's not nice, especially when I start reading this. And to begrudge somebody who walked you into capital, it's really, to me, it's just mind-blowing. And he's continuously getting away with it. So let's go in. Starts off factual background. As you know, Jane Doe worked for Deborah's Way in July of 2022 through February 2025. At the time of her termination, her role was as a producer and head of operations. Now, this is what Jane Doe's lawyers putting in. So, number one, she was, I think, 1099, if I'm correct. 1099. So she didn't work for Deborah's Way. She did not work for Deborah's Way. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Sammy supposedly is not with his wife, who is Deborah. Supposedly they're divorced, separated, whatever the case may be. But everything goes through Deborah's Way. Sammy avoids paying the victims, paying what he has to do, restitution, whatever fines he owes. This is him circumventing. But you know, folks, I paid all my fines. I paid my restitution. You know why? Because I turned my life around. Sincerely, honestly. You know, I did find God at some point. And that's another thing we'll go into later. But at this point, it's just, he definitely still has all his spots. And his spots will never change. So they mentioned that. And then in a footnote, and for those of you who don't know, when you file a brief or a letter, you put the footnote with the fact under it to bring out a point. So in the footnote, it says, for the purposes of this letter only, we presume that Jane Doe was properly classified as an independent contractor, which she was. So if she's an independent contractor, she doesn't work for Deborah's Way. However, to the extent that she was misclassified and was actually an employee, she may also have claims for unpaid wages. So that's another thing. So it gets better. We go on. In September of 2023, Mr. Gravano forcibly kissed Jane Doe without her consent. Forcibly kissed her. In December of 2023 and February of 2024, Mr. Gravano insisted that because funds were low, they needed to share a hotel room with one bed, with for a business trip to meet with a scripted show team, including studio, showrunner, writers, directors, and other executive producers. Mr. Gravano then inappropriately rubbed and massaged her hand, shoulders, back, neck while in the room. On March 19, 2024, after Mr. Gravano's birthday, he again forcibly kissed her. Sammy, and this is all allegedly, but why would this girl lie? For what reason? What reason? And again, folks, I saw text messages of communication going back and forth from Amina and Jane Doe, talking about Sammy texting, I think a gentleman saw another message about his Viagra, about getting it up. I mean, this guy is that vile. And he's 70-something years old. Just unbelievable. In July of 24, Mr. Gravano told another employee, Amina, that he was in love with her and that if she wouldn't share a hotel room with him, he would share it with Jane Doe. Just days later, he commented on how small another employee's breasts were and that she needed a boob job. In November, he told Jane Doe, son, to go upstairs so he, Sammy Gravano, could have a threesome with his mother and the female potential employee. This is really, so now you're telling a kid, a teenager, to go upstairs. It's just, you can't even make this up. You can't even make this up. But yet Fox News wants to put him on as a commentator about P. Diddy and the indiscretions at the freak-offs. And he talks like he's the Holy Grail, the Holy Bible, this born-again Christian, so righteous. And Sammy, you're disgusting. You're foul, in my opinion. And you know what? I'm glad you showed me your colors. And folks, when I first came onto YouTube, I reached out to Sammy. Sammy said he'll help me. I came down to Arizona. I went down a second time to do a film, Table in the Back. I was maybe about a month and a half, 2 months into my channel, growing new in its infancy stages. And Sammy said, Dom, we're going to do Table in the Back. I'm going to produce it. I'll put it out there. We'll help you build your channel. I'll come on. You could come on my channel. You know what Sammy did? I waited 4 or 5 months later. Never put it on his paid channel. Snuck it on his paid channel without telling me. And I'm like, that's why I went off. That's why I went off on him. I told him, you're not a friend. You're a piece of garbage. Because if you needed that, if you needed the money that bad, Sammy, and I told him, all you had to do was tell me. I would have said, okay. But don't lead me under false pretenses. I didn't have him pay for my airfare, my hotel. I paid for it myself. I even picked up dinners when I went out there because I saw the man was living in his studio, and he used to shower at the gym. Not that he doesn't have the money. He has the money all squirreled away in different entities, so the government doesn't get it. But it's just, that's the way he is. He likes taking advantage of everybody. He feels he's getting over. That's that mentality, that evil, not nice, not righteous. So we'll go into another one. After the threesome with the employees, during this time, there was also multiple instances of verbal abuse to female employees, including screaming, slamming his hands on the table, threatening, and profanity. I believe that 1,000%. Sammy did it when I was there with his son. I was so embarrassed. It was crazy. I witnessed Sammy in a visiting room when we were together, incarcerated, what he said to his poor daughter. She's a sweetheart of a young lady. The way he spoke to her, even over the phone, the way he was talking to her, degrading her, berating her, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. So that, my opinion, 1,000%. For example, in November of 2024, Mr. Gravano told Amina to get the F out because he was angry about the holiday time off and the holiday pay. You know what? Like I said, Amina is Muslim. As she's into prayer with her Muslim belief, religion, he forced her to come into work to prove how loyal she was. This is how demented this man is. He has no respect, no regard for religion, women, zero. All he's worried about himself. He has to be the center of attention. He has to be the main focus of the room. If he's not, he goes off. So, Sammy, you could have all your people sitting down writing. It's all true because we got Jane Doe #2 that came out, Sammy. Jane Doe #2. So, you know what, Sammy? It's not good. Not good. Because this one told me a lot as well, but we haven't backed it up. She's extremely nervous, concerned, and I told her, don't worry about it. We got your back. But she already reported things to law enforcement, probation officer, and they're ignoring it. They're ignoring it. So, folks, we need everybody's help. We need everybody's help here. Let's help these women, because if we don't, this has to stop. It has to stop one way or another. Sammy, you don't scare me with your idle threats. You never did. You never will. Because I have one person to answer to. It's not you. It's the guy upstairs. When my time is up, my time is up. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit back and watch you tarnish everything all of people like us, myself, work so hard to get a reputation, and then you sully it because you haven't learned your lesson. You think you're still in the life. You think you're still gangster. You're still burning people. It's not cool, Sammy. Not cool. Now we have the proposal. Jane Doe wants what she has coming to her, and I don't blame her. She wants to receive her $5,000 per episode fee. Um, she wants to receive her producer executive credit. She wants to receive a day rate for working on the set. So, you know what? It's really disgusting what this guy did. What he did, what he's doing to these women. Now, the newest one, she's like, oh my God, Sammy has a fit when you do this, when you do that. He yells, he screams, he has everybody watching, taking notes. You could take all the notes you want, Sammy, because I got the proof. I got the proof on the phone. Your text messages, Sammy. It says Sammy Gravano on it with your response. Amina, we got your text messages back and forth talking about Sammy, recording Sammy, Amina, recording him for your own future. Because, Amina, you're a sharp lady. I've spoken to you. We hung out. We spoke face to face. So I know you're not ignorant, but I don't understand it. Why would you stand there as a Muslim woman taking this abuse? Taking this abuse, Amina. Are you that desperate to be a star, to be an actress? Are you that desperate? Come on, ladies. Stop. Stop. This happens all the time with women. Then once they get their stardom, their success, whatever happens, then all of a sudden, years later, they want to claim how badly they were mistreated. No, you got to start from day one. And I'm a firm believer. Like I said, I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm fair. So you'll endure all this abuse, all this sexual harassment, and then get your start in life in Hollywood, so be it, like many of these women did. Then 20 years later, if you made tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, now you want to revert back and say how badly you were abused, they need to be prosecuted. But you use them as a stepping stone. That's not fair, folks. That's not fair. I don't believe a man should be forcing themselves on a woman, period. To me, that's disgusting. It's foul, and it shouldn't be tolerated whatsoever. And law enforcement, get off your butts and start doing your job. Not because it's Sammy Gravano or Dominic Sicali, if it was the case. Do your job, because if I do something wrong, come after me, because I shouldn't be doing wrong. And I'm not going to do anything wrong. But we're going to use this platform as a voice for all women. Even in my wife's situation with Telemundo, with her sexual harassment, I'll keep on fighting. I'll keep on moving forward. I'll keep on proceeding. And I have her back the way she has my back. And that's the way it's supposed to be, folks. I don't care. We went up against Telemundo, NBC Universal. Check it out. Matilde Santana versus Telemundo. It's in the appellate court. It's right now. We're waiting on a decision. But check out the hearing. It's live. It's online. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. You'll hear how egregious the federal judge, Wendy Berger, was. Didn't give us our day in court. You'll hear how Telemundo NBC, they have a confidentiality agreement, so we couldn't interview any of her colleagues. Yet once we were ready to go to trial, we were 30 days to go to trial. We had the right now to subpoena them and get depositions. The first two people we subpoenaed actually backed my wife's allegations. Backed them, and even more so. Said things even more disparagingly against her boss, with all the inappropriate, the hand touching, the groping, the comments. We brought that into the judge after the judge threw the case out. They said there wasn't enough evidence. Latinos are very passionate, and it's okay to hug and kiss. That's accepted. So, but if it was for a white person, that's not tolerated? Come on. Can't do that. And this is from a federal judge. So we showed her the new evidence. Oh, no, it's not good enough, because she's for big corporations like NBC, Comcast, Universal, Telemundo. No. I'll fight this to the Supreme Court. Still waiting on a decision. It's almost a year and a half to come down. Lawyers feel it looks good. People, you have to listen to it. Check it out. Matilde Santana versus Telemundo NBC. It's on the appellate circuit. You'll hear it. You'll hear how despicable, even the judges, the way they were commenting to the lawyers. Oh, but if this was a male, that would be okay? That's what she told the opposing counsel. I mean, they were on top of this. I mean, it's so bad. And you have a federal woman judge who's white, She allowed this. She's supposed to give my wife a day in court. She didn't, because she's for big corporations, and she rules in this favor. Another attorney who filed a sexual harassment case, a female, happened to get the same judge, and she's shepped. Shep means you're checking out the judge's cases, her rulings, and she found out this judge always rules for this law firm, this major political law firm that has lobbyists there. They're plugged in like there's no tomorrow. She rules in their favor all the time. She threw out this lady's case too, who's a lawyer. This has to stop. That's why I'm running for governor. All this is going to stop in this state. I'll make sure of it. If I get that clemency, I'm going to run, and we're going to stop corruption. And what I'm going to do, because everybody's out there, they're saying, well, Dom, how can we trust you? Fair question. That's fair. Like I said, I'm fair every which way. I'm going to put a governing board of attorneys over me, overseeing everything, so everything's totally transparent. So when I sign an order for contracting, for public housing, for schooling, they're going to be reviewing it. And it's going to be who's the most qualified, who's giving us the best prices, who's giving us the best incentives. Because, folks, like I said previously, with these highways, it's disgusting. They're doing it in phases, because every time they do it in a phase, okay, you have 417 I-4. Long runs, miles and miles and miles. Say 40 miles they're doing. They'll break it down 5 miles at a time. Why? Because now they finish the 5 miles, they come off the job, they clean up. Now, maybe a year later, 2 years later, they start the second phase, but they got a startup fee of $5 million. Startup fee, that money goes right in their pocket. Goes right in their pocket. So in my administration, if I get appointed, if you have a 40-mile run that's going to be a reconstruction, I want one bid, and we'll give you progressive increases if prices go up on materials. We can monitor that easily. But if we get decreases in prices come down on materials like concrete, asphalt, we're going to get that. We're going to readjust then. That's the way it should be ran. But there's going to be no startup fees, because out of that 40 miles, they might do it 10 times. 10 times they have to start up. That's $50 million thrown away. Thrown away, goes in their pocket. That's going to stop. We're going to help these veterans in these hospitals. They need better care. They need more assets. They fight for this country. They give us our freedom. And then the kids with the communities, the lower income, we're going to help them. We're going to assist them. But we have to start from the beginning. We're going to have to start from the beginning. We're going to make sure cops get paid properly. Cops treat law-abiding citizens properly. It has to start somewhere. Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was this channel. Neither was my transition. But we're going to start. We're going to crawl, walk, and run. So that's what I'm going to implement. And trust me, I was in the Mafia. I was entrenched in the streets my whole life. So I see 20 paces ahead. I know all types of corruption. We're going to stop it. We're going to put an end to it. And every decision I make might not be the right one, but it's coming, as long as it's coming from sincerity and the heart, it is the right one. And what do I always tell everybody? If people don't laugh at your dreams aren't big enough. But I'm here for you people. The way my followers over here, all you people out there are here for me, I'm here for you. So with that, we'll answer questions, and I could take a breather for 2 seconds. People, can you please hit the like button? For the new people that are on, hit that like button. That's all I ask on the channel. Hit the like button. I have 284 people in the live, only 93 likes. Come on, hit that like button. You're not going to get electrocuted, and it doesn't cost you anything. But it gives me a hey, I got 100 likes. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Received my 100 likes. So first off, let me see if I missed anything. I have to check it real quick. Okay, no there. Okay, live chats. Let's go. Let's go, says Dom. Hoodie's waiting for you. Wonderful. I'm glad he is. He could continue to wait. I'll be there when I get there. Business calls first. This is more important than any Hoodie argument out there. Vincent says, why hit the like button? This isn't good. Okay, sorry, Vincent. Why isn't it good? You don't have a mother? You don't have a sister? You don't have a daughter? You don't have cousins, female cousins? You don't have a grandmother? So that's not good to you? That's not good to you, Vincent? Or you're with Sammy? You're one of the people who want to hate. Want to hate? Come on, Vincent. Francisco. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. Arturo Grant. Dom, what's exactly are the crimes we're asking Trump to pardon you for? I'm not asking for a pardon. I did my time. I'm asking for clemency to clean up my record. So I had to submit for my 1988 murder. We got that paperwork back, and it just have to show the clemency board or wherever it goes that I did my time and everything was closed. I fulfilled all my obligations. So we got that paperwork back. I got the racketeering case, my last case back. The only case I'm waiting on is no, I'm sorry. I think I got the drug case, the racketeering, the 2 federal cases. I'm waiting for the state case, the 1988 case, to come to the lawyers that I satisfy everything. Then the paperwork goes in. But people, you could go on Truth Social and advocate for me with Trump. Advocate. Give Dom Sicali clemency. He wants to run for governor. I'll clean up this swamp real quick. Real quick. It might not be that quick, but it'll be quick enough. All the wasteful spending that's happening, we're going to allocate those funds to elderly, veterans, and people that are struggling out there. People that are struggling out there that need it. And to the school system, the public school system that deserves it. Because we have to start. We have to start somewhere, and it has to be with our children. Has to be. So Big Arm says, Dom, you talk about Sammy sexually assaulting a boy. Where you did find that article? No, I never said a boy. I didn't find any article. I don't know. You lost me with that one. Lefty, if you get clemency, would you be able to own a firearm again? You know what? They could give me a clemency without owning a firearm. I'm not looking to get a firearm. I don't need a firearm. I'm not looking to ever hurt anybody again. And the only time I would ever go to that extent, what do I always say, folks? If somebody looks to harm my family or is coming after me, I'm going to defend myself. And there was times I had somebody a lawyer in a parking lot coming at me, and I put my hands up. I was backing up. I said, listen, let's not go there. You're a lawyer. And he started calming down. But other than that, folks, my days of violence are over with. I'm too old, too tired. Even with the argument with that guy Hootie, he said I would never be a bully, but we're going to have a face-to-face conversation. That's for sure. Brad, if you don't like your boss bad enough to sue him later, then just leave the first incident. Save you a lot of attorney fees and heartache. I agree with that. But I think Jane Doe saw an opportunity where she could evolve. She could help him and help herself. And when it came to that, when she finally did achieve that, he pulled the rug from her. He begrudged her of that. Here, the guy's going to make millions of dollars off of the movie deal. She's asking for what? $5,000 an episode if it came out to $250,000, $300,000. He's begrudging her that. Come on, that's not nice. That's not nice. She walked him into this, and that's wrong. But good point you made, though. Gotta give you that. Bronx Bull, Dom, you said you only have to answer to the man upstairs, but you also have to answer to Maddie. Oh my Lord, yes I do. Yes I do. She's a tyrant, but you know what? I gotta say this about my wife. Through bad times, has my back. Good times, she has my back. And just always, she's always there for me, always a support. And that's it. She keeps me grounded, focused. Even when we were at the event, the BA, we just constantly, I'm like, stop, enough. I know how I have to act. I know what I have to say. She's like, you didn't look at the whole room. I'm like, I did look at the whole room when I was speaking. Stop. I did. And then my partner takes my thunder away by saying, well, to Dom's wife, blah, 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 blah. And so you know what happens after that, because I was going to wait till the end and say I owe it to my wife for She's always had my back, whether bad, whether times are tough, times are good. She's always there. So I have to thank her. Stole that from me. So, I hear that too afterwards. But you know what? She keeps me straight. She keeps me even keeled. She keeps me humble a lot. And, marriage is tough. It's tough. It's not easy. But when you have somebody good behind you, a good woman, you go for a lot further in life. Vincenzo, where'd you go? You just skipped on me. Anna, we love Maddie. Hey, Anna. Vincenzo says, Dom, if you ever in Altamont Springs, dinner on me. Love to have a good conversation. Blessing, amigo. Vincenzo, I'm right by Altamont Springs. I'm not far. We'll get together. Just email me. We got somebody handling my emails now, so we'll get to it. And folks, those of you who Instagram me, I'll catch up to the responses. Please just bear with me. We have a lot on our plate, a lot going on. Folks, this meeting was excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We have a lot of things coming out. Also build on OCN, Official Crypto Nostra. Just bear with us. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, but I'm here with you. And you know what? I want to look back a year, 2 years from now, 5 years from now and say, hey, you remember in the beginning? You remember what people said? Look at us now. Look at us now. While we're on, what did I say? We hit $1. I'm taking everybody on a cruise. Going on a cruise, everyone. And we're going to have a really good time. This is our family, our thing. And what do I also say? We leave no man or woman behind. That's for sure. Yes, dear. Out. I'm going to drink my pomegranate wine. People, Franchise Wines, go there. Order it today. Dom15. Put the promo code. Maddie, thank you. Maddie opens up the door, and there goes Snowball busting in. And this room is a disaster. Looks like a cyclone hit it, but it's my disaster. Anyway, let's go back. Bronx Bull, man, a man can be strong, but having a strong woman by his side makes him untouchable. Well said, Bronx Bull. You're correct with that. Dennis says the Bronx was known as a pagan area. The Hells Angels came in. Did you ever have relationship with bikers? Yeah, I had relationships with bikers. I had good relationships. I was okay with the bikers. I get along. You treat me with respect, you got respect in return. That's all it's about, folks. OCN over the top. Yes, it is. Over the top, without a doubt. Lefting, having a partner makes you a better person and gives you advice, makes right decisions, is a true blessing. Yes, Lefty, totally agree. But sometimes if you don't have the right partner, it could be dangerous. If you have somebody who's constantly putting fuel in the fire, not good, or doesn't have your back, not good. So yes, if you have the right partner, it is. William says, Big Dom, what if Hootie talks back during your meeting? He could talk back. It's okay. It's all right. He has a voice. I expect that. So, Francisco, did you ever go past the Raven Night Social Club? Yes, I was there. It's in the video on TikTok. I was at just a few weeks ago. I was by the old the new Raven Night. Now is a men's store. So, Dan F. My dad is a town supervisor in our town. Politics are tough nowadays. Everyone finds the wrong. Well, you know what? It's good to find the wrong. And if you do find the wrong, you have to correct the wrong. So it's not good if you find the wrong and just overlook it. And that's what I'm not going to do. I want to leave behind the legacy, folks. That's why we created OCN. That's why I will run for governor if I do get this clemency. I want to leave behind the legacy and show people can change. People can do the right thing. And that's what it's about. Not everybody's a Sammy Gravano, just a Gavone, and it's all about him and doesn't care. I think I apologized more to Alan Kaiser's family when his sister was on than Sammy ever even thought about. Sammy never apologized. I apologize because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I've only ever gone to attractive women and they're making terrible partners in my life. Listen, you haven't find the right attractive woman because they're out there. They're out there, but they're difficult. You have a lot. Listen, it works both ways. You have a lot of guys that just want to use women. You have a lot of women that just want to use guys. So you have to find. It takes some time. It takes some time. Um, Lefty Hootie's going to need a step stool so he can look down Dom's eyes. Uh, Tammy, what's up? Dom, you remind me of the saying, throw me to the wolves and I'll come back leading the pack. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I think you'll be a wolf if you were an animal. Thank you. I like that one. That's actually the first time I heard that one. Thank you. Wow. See, you're never too old to learn something new. Who else we have? William, could there be a physical confrontation if Foodie tell? Nah, I'm okay with that. I mean, listen, I'm all right. Unless he comes at me or something, that's the only time, like I said. And I don't think he's stupid enough to do something like that. So, Dom, do you still have criminal thoughts? Good question. Absolutely not. I get frustrated at times. I definitely get frustrated at times where I'm like, are you kidding me? You think you're going to screw me out of this? And my mind goes elsewhere. And then I say, you know what? Don't stress the things you can't change. Change the things you can. Prove them wrong that you can accomplish things, that you can do better. Because there's a lot of haters out there. They want to see you fall. They want to see you make the mistakes. This way they could say, see, I told you, I told you, I told you. That's what makes them happy. But I like those haters because that gives me the inspiration, inspires me to keep on doing what I'm right. Because I'm a winner, always been a winner, always been at the bottom, always been the underdog, always rose to the top. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, just like I did when I came home. Back at the top. Yeah, I have my struggles, but back at the top. Dedication, determination, hard work will get you anything in life. And don't be afraid to achieve, to fail. Fail is important. Failing gives you character. It gives you determination. It makes you grow as a person. It gives you confidence, actually. Because to fail and fall and everybody know you just failed and pick yourself back up gives you more and more confidence to succeed, gives you more determination to succeed, gives you more dedication to succeed in life. That's what it's about. So all you young kids that are watching out there today, what's the message? Respect women and keep on trying. The streets aren't your friends. They are not your friends. Keep on trying, keep on promoting, keep on moving forward. That's what life's about. So with that, folks, we're going to start wrapping it up because I am exhausted. I'm tired. Long day travel. We'll see everybody tomorrow night live at 5. So people, check out, please go to the GoFundMe account. Help these women out a little bit, whether it be $5, $10, something. Every little bit helps. Even at $5, we get 1,000 people putting in $5. That's $5,000 towards their legal fees going against this animal. He's disgusting. He's foul, and he needs to be stopped without a doubt. Without a doubt. Ben, good night. Let me answer this. This is a new person. Ben, hey, Dom, if you could do it all over again, would you rather be in another family besides the Bananos? Nah, I'm okay. I made my bed. I lay in it. I was happy there. I was happy with Vinny. Till this day, I love him, but we parted ways, but I'm okay. I'm okay. It led me to where I'm at today. I'm at peace with myself, my decisions I made, and I'm making a difference in life. I'm making a difference, and I will be the voice. We'll keep on growing. We'll keep on building, and we'll keep on making our stance to protect. People, have a good night. Anna, thank you. Cynthia, Francisco, good night. Tammy, good night. Tammy says, Dom, who would you want to play you in a movie about your life? I say Jason Haley. I like Ben Affleck. I think he could pull it off. I saw him in Gadget, whatever the name of the movie. We'll see. We'll see. I like to play myself. I think I could do acting very well. So, but who knows? Bronx Bull, good night. Cynthia, good night. R. Cole, have a good night. Wise Guy, good night. David, Donna, Philly Bob, Kathleen. Have a good night, everybody. OCM family in the house. Much love and respect to everybody out there. Haters too. Haters too. I'm going to make you like me. I'll make you smile once in a while. So you could hate all you want, but you know what? I feel for you. I feel for you. Get the hate out of your heart. It's ugly. Like Jeff Nadeau. You know what? Today I'm feeling good. Much love to you, Jeff. I hope really you get over it. You're very successful at what you do. And it's ugly to be mean. It's ugly to be nasty to people. So, you know what, Jeff? Wish you the best, Jeff. Even though I don't like some of the things you did, got love for you. And I hope you do succeed. I hope you get the hate out of your heart. With that, I'm going to end it, folks. Much love and respect. Peace out. See everybody tomorrow night, live at 5.